Hello everyone, let me introduce myself. My name is Amelie Shafira. I am a second year student in the Applied Bachelor of Nursing International class. In this video, I will present nursing care for patients at risk of suicide. This video is created to fulfill an assessment for the psychiatric nursing course. Thank you for watching and I hope you enjoy the video. I would like to explain nursing care for patients at risk of suicide. First, let's talk about the definition. Suicide risk is a condition where a person might have the potential to hurt themselves or end their own life. This risk can be related to feeling of hopelessness, wilderness, or difficulty coping with problems. Next, we have the goals of nursing care. The main goal is to maintain the patient safety and prevent suicide attempts. Nurses also help patients express their feelings, manage suicidal thoughts and urges, and develop better coping abilities. Family involvement is also important to provide additional support. Now, let's move to the focus assessment data. There are two types of assessment data. It's a subjective data and objective data. Subjective data refers to what the patient says or feeling. For example, the patient say, "I want to die" or "I want to end my life." The patient might also feel hopeless or worthless, feel unable to cope with problems, experience suicidal thoughts. Objective data refers to what the nurse can observe. The patient might appear sad, withdrawn, or frequently cry. They may also look anxious or restless. Other warning signs include a history of previous suicide attempts, self-harming behavior, giving away personal belongings, saying goodbye to family or friends, and sudden change in behavior. Therefore, nurses need to recognize these warning signs and respond appropriately. The most important priority is patient safety. Through proper assessment, support, and nursing care, we can help reduce the risk and provide hope for the patient. Continue with nursing intervention for patients at risk of suicide. First, the nurse assesses the patient level of suicide risk and identifies any suicidal thought, plans, or intention. Next, the nurse provides close observation based on the patient risk level and creates a safe environment. Dangerous objects that could be used for self-harm should be removed. The nurse also uses therapeutic communication by listening calmly and showing empathy. Patients should be encouraged to express the problem without her being judged. Another important intervention is teaching positive coping strategies so patients can manage difficult emotional and talk in other ways. Family involvement is also important. The family can help provide support and help support the patient will need it. Now, let's move to the expected outcome. After receiving appropriate nursing care, the patient is expected to be able to express their feeling, manage suicidal thoughts and urges, and use positive coping strategies. Most importantly, the patient should be able to maintain personal safety. Therefore, the main priority in caring for a patient at risk of suicide is patient safety. As nurses, we should provide not only protection but also compassion, support, and hope. Next, I will explain SP at patient of suicide. First, SP1 is preventing suicidal behavior. The nurse assesses the patient's suicide risk and monitors their condition regularly. We also make sure the environment is safe and remove dangerous objects. If the risk is high, the patient should not be left alone. We also encourage the patient to ask for help when suicidal. Talks first. Second, aspect 2 is medication administration. The nurse checks the medication, explain its purpose, and give it according to the prescribed dose and schedule. The patient is observed while taking the medication, and the nurse monitors the patient response and possible side effects. Third, aspect 3 focus on developing positive coping strategies. The patient is encouraged to do enjoyable and safe activities. We can also teach distraction techniques, encourage communication with trust people, and practice relaxation techniques such as deep breathing. Finally, aspect 4 focus on strengthening family support and safety. The family is taught to recognize warning signs, provide emotional support, and help maintain a safe environment. Regular follow-up with healthcare professional is also important. In this slide, I will discuss the role of the family in caring for a patient who is at risk of suicide. There are 4 important areas that the family needs to understand. The first is SP1, understanding suicide risk. The family needs to know the warning sign and situation that may increase the patient risk. They should pay attention to change in mood, behavior, and emotional condition. If the patient is high risk, family members to stay with the patient and provide close supervision. The second is aspect 2, medication management. Family members should understand why the medication is given, how it should be taken, and when it should be taken. Medication should be stored safely, and the family should watch for possible side effects. The third is aspect 3, family supervision and support. The family should create a supportive and safe environment for the patient. They can listen to the patient, provide emotional support, and encourage healthy and safe activities. Any dangerous objects should also be kept away from the patient. The fourth is at the SP4. Regular follow-up is important to monitor the patient progress. The family should help the patient attend assessment to recognize if the suicide risk become worse. Overall, the family has an important role in protecting, supporting, and encouraging the patient. With good supervision and continuous support, the patient can feel safe and receive appropriate help. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you for your attention and see you.